Well, hello, boys and girls. We are back, and you know who is also back? Well, Premier League football.
Exactly, and we are very excited for the new season and for the new clubs, new histories to be made.
Exactly. So instead of typical predictions, we probably would waffle for around like 2 hours about that topic. We're just gonna focus on newly promoted teams and about their chances to actually stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, because in last season all the new clubs dropped back.
Exactly, and that happened well 2 last years, and last team that survived is Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest was pretty long time on the very top of the table. I
They are now settled team because it's been few years. But yeah, let's dig into the chances of the newly promoted teams.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's start with the last team that made it to Premier League, and that is Sunderland.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sunderland for almost 10 years because their last season was 16-17 without any big success, and we actually predict the same for upcoming season. We will see what will be actually happening because Sunderland wasn't great in championship. They were on the fourth place, if I
think they
remember.
were fifth, but
Fourth.
Fourth, okay. But yeah, I mean, for the majority of the season, they were up there, like on the first, second place. But they finished the season horribly, like loss after loss after loss.
Yeah.
And I thought, they're not gonna make it for the playoffs. But well, somehow they did.
The gods of football set up like very interesting thing actually happening because they won the final of the playoffs after let's say beating Coventry in the first round in a double match.
Another L for Frank Lampard.
Another one, even though in the second match there was a draw 1-1. Yet in the aggregate,
Sunderland won.
Yeah, better. And in the final they've met with Sheffield, who was 8 points ahead of them in the table of championship in previous season. And they managed to win in last minute, maybe seconds.
Even second, probably. But
95th minute goal by Watson, who was then sold.
Yeah, I mean, he was even sold before the match. That was like known, okay, that he's going to Brighton. But at least he left on the highest possible way. To bring your childhood team into Premier League after 9 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they maybe on paper, because they sold him to Brighton and they sold Bellingham
to Borussia.
Yeah, and Borussia is now we have Bellingham at home. The Bellingham from Temu version. But
right now, yes. But let's
give him some time. To be honest, this will be his first time on the bigger stage. But in reality, even though they had the weakest squad coming in, they have been the most active in the transfer market because they spent almost 150 million pounds, and it's still not over. We still have time to go.
Yeah. That is right. They've earned 42.5 million by Transfermarkt. I have it right here, and like you said, they spent almost 4 times more. The summer window is still open. Something can still happen, but
knowing them, it probably will because they bought I think almost 20 players.
Yeah, and they have right now the biggest pack of players, 42 players, which is record.
Probably they're gonna bin off some of them to loans or try to sell them or something. But
also lots of players came back from loans.
But
just like in every club,
in England it goes like that. They're like
it's a
crazy for lows.
carousel, all the time. So yeah, like we said, we were laughing last time when we did our like full Premier League predictions, like who you think will be first, second, blah blah blah. We were laughing about Chelsea, that they are like human trafficking. Like look at Sunderland right now.
I mean, when we discussed also like the possibilities, because like the gap between Championship and Premier League is getting bigger and bigger
Every year,
and well, last team that survived was Nottingham Forest, who did the exact same thing. Like on their like promotion season, they brought in like 15 players and then 15 more in the winter even. Like they kept spending money, and they even got docked points like the season after it because of the financial fair play. But I guess that's the only way actually you can survive. Like,
you gotta spend. So any interesting transfers so far? The biggest one is Habib Diarra, bought from Strasbourg from Ligue 1 for 31.5 million.
that's basically Chelsea too. Like when you say Strasbourg, like they're basically Chelsea too.
Exactly.
But the biggest name is Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka, like I almost forgot about this guy. They brought him back from like Bayer Leverkusen. Great season there, like championship of Bundesliga.
Yeah, but that was like a year ago. Last season, not that great.
It is hard to win 2 times when you have Bayern Munich in there.
Who are like subscribed to like 9 out of 10 like year in the decade. Like
once per decade, like Borussia or Bayern would.
Someone like catches like a stroke of luck in good form and the title is ours.
Because like the good players are getting older and Bayern Munich doesn't know how to transfer in.
I mean, now I think like that is now over for Leverkusen, because they only lost Xhaka, they lost Frimpong, they lost Wirtz, they lost
and Xabi Alonso as a coach.
They lost a lot but they are not the topic. Let's go.
Bundesliga is a different country. Anyone else maybe also like got me by the prices. Simon Adingra from Brighton for 24 millions.
He's a young player. He has like a good chance for a bigger resale value. He was good in Brighton, but like Brighton is very deep in his position. So like let's cash him in, and that's smart for all. And maybe like what catches my eye also is like Masuaku, because like he's another guy who has a lot of like Premier League experience. Like he played for West Ham, like has more than 100 like Premier League appearances. So they brought in some experience, but that's something that is like absolutely necessary, because we saw like Burnley 2 years ago fail with kids. Like no, like you need some senior leadership to actually like people who have done this already.
Even more of these players than young guys, because even if you have great clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, you see the young guys, but it's mostly like one of them, 2 maybe.
Like in every line you have to have like a senior presence, like and in Liverpool like you can see like we have Mohamed Salah in the attack, on the midfielders
Van Dijk,
defender like Van Dijk, and like the goalkeeper Alisson is also experienced. But I mean, so in general what Sunderland is doing is
preparing hard and spending way more.
They don't want to go down without a fight. And like let's say that last season it was painfully clear that like probably like all the clubs are doomed. We only tipped Everton to go down because of Sean Dyche and his like Brexit football. But they sacked him, and Moyes actually like took them to safety, and all of the 3 teams.
Pretty fast actually.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying about the difference. Like
and the worst thing is that it's gonna be deeper and deeper every year.
Because the money is getting bigger and bigger in the Prem, and
the even bigger difference happening is between the West and the East of Europe,
but I mean that has kind of been that way like since the 90s.
Always,
So,
even since the 80s, when let's say.
yeah, but at that time, like they weren't like that big of a transfer, so that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. So Sunderland is buying any ammo they can get, and yeah, maybe they will be first newcomer to survive first season in Premier League after 2 seasons. Right?
I'm not gonna say that they don't have a chance. Definitely, I mean, especially because like the transfer window is still open, but you always have to think this in one direction. If someone is gonna stay up, someone's gonna go down in their place. But that is something that we're gonna focus later in this video.
And the next club that we wanna present is Leeds.
Yeah, and Leeds went completely separate like approach from Sunderland.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of makes sense for them because they made it very like confidently and convincingly into like Premier League this season. They were like in the championship for 2 years. They missed on the promotion in the first year, but now they made it. And out of all promoted teams, they definitely have the best team on paper. So what they did is like fix up those holes. Like they identified like the players who are not up to Premier League standards, and they brought in guys from there. Some of them actually come with really good CVs. Like Metra, they bought him like on a free transfer from Wolfsburg. That guy played for Germany. I mean, he did spend more time in the recovery room than playing football in the last few seasons. But if it clicks, he's gonna be a great signing for them.
Let's hope, yeah.
I mean, their biggest, let's say, glaring hole, Meslier, like their goalkeeper, was horrible. Like that guy was supposed to be like a rising star and like one of the best goalkeepers, like maybe like an heir to Lloris as a like first French goalkeeper. Oh my god! Like
that's a big comparison to Lloris.
And man, that guy was horrible for the last 2 years. Like even even free, because like even in the Premier League, like he was out of his depth. But man, he was out of his depth even in Championship.
Now I'm panicking. Don't panic.
Like he would be out of his depth in a puddle. Like that's like how bad it got, and I feel so sorry because I know for keepers that's like a matter of confidence. Like he surely didn't forget how to human, but like the stuff he is doing, wow, that was like a really horrible mistake. So they brought in Lucas Perry from Lyon, and as we all know, Lyon had so many issues like with the money and all of that stuff. They almost got like relegated administratively, and they brought in Lucas Perry, who was really good for them in the Europa League and in general in the league. Like very solid keeper.
Almost kicked out United.
Yeah, like that was matter of seconds and matter of refereeing, but
also,
yeah, let's not go into that. They also brought in like a couple of center backs because if you're gonna leak goals, you're not gonna stay up. And they brought like another player from Wolfsburg, like Bornau, and they brought in talented like guy from Slovenia, like played for Udinese, Jaka Bijol. So yeah, I mean, like they did pretty good stuff, like
on paper.
Yeah. In the
like
midfield also, like Stach, and like also one of the former big like hopes of Newcastle, and yeah, like for less than 15 million pounds they brought in like Sean Longstaff. So yeah, they are, let's say, my favorites. If someone stays up, it's gonna be Leeds.
Yeah, they got 100 points in last season of Championship, but not only them, because
Burnley also did, but like in my opinion, like Leeds is much deeper club. When you look at their squad, you look at players like Tanaka, when you look at players like Viglignotto, who's even playing for Italy, man. Like Ramazani, Jack Harrison is now gonna be back from his like 2-season loan from Everton. Like literally the only big player they lost is Junior Firpo. And that's it.
That's it. So they might be like some of the nations in hockey, like too good for the second tier, but way too low for first tier. But sometimes they might stay there because
Something
other
happened
teams.
to other teams, but
Yeah.
that's something that we're gonna tackle in, well, we are gonna tackle it in about an hour, and for you guys watching, well, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll come to the third and final promoted team to the Prem, and that's Burnley.
Yeah, and Burnley is close to reach the same stack of players as Sunderland. They have right now 39 players, which is second score, let's call it, for now in the new season of Premier League. Like we said, they were second in Championship with also 100 points. They
Goal
only
difference.
lost. Yeah, they only lost with a goal difference and had 3 more draws through the entire season, so they were pretty close to win the title over there.
They had like entire stack of draws because that's like Scott Parker football. They completely revamped themselves after like 2 years at the company where they were playing like direct football, playing out of the back. Now they're going back to kinda bit more modern Sean Dyche settings.
Oh yeah.
Like they barely conceded any goals in the championship, but also they had issues to score. Like
Somehow, yeah, but maybe not in the new season of Premier League because they bought lots of promising and kinda well-known strikers from all around the globe.
yeah, but let's see how will they work actually.
Yeah, because how much we can expect from Armando Broja, for example?
Man,
They bought him from Chelsea, and for now that was their second
Chelsea is like I'm
biggest.
saying like the best selling team in the world. Like how they manage to resell players that they don't even in reality want is beyond me. Like they charged that amount of money to Burnley to buy a guy who didn't score in 2 years in Premier League, and he's a striker.
Yeah,
Like
by Transfermarkt, Armando Broja's value is 12 million, and he was bought for almost double, without
Yeah.
1 million. 20.
and it's not like he's like 18, 19, okay, he's also not old.
Yeah, he's just 23, but in Premier League he just disappeared for
Yeah.
ages.
I mean, like he ghosted in Fulham, and then he ghosted some more
In Chelsea.
yeah, and then in Everton also, like when they brought him for a little loan.
Yeah.
Like he just wasn't able to get minutes.
Yeah, Chelsea earned, let me count pretty quick, over like 40 million
Just
by-
from Burnley.
just from Burnley,
Yeah.
because they sold also Leslie Ugochukwu, the 21 years old.
Another guy who
defensive-
didn't even play for Chelsea, man.
defensive mid, and Bashir Humphries, the left back.
Yeah, but he was in Burnley already. But that's I think like that was like a loan that was made like permanent for in case of him, if I remember correctly. But like, don't quote me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I watched every championship game because no, I didn't. But
yeah.
I watched them like a lot of times. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so maybe they will start score more, and they could lose even less goals because they have also new goalkeeper.
yeah, I mean their biggest sale was actually a goalkeeper because they had Trafford for 2 years. They bought him from City, and well, City said like, okay, return him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they bought Dubravka.
Yeah, I mean, Dubravka is much more experienced goalkeeper.
Yeah, for a goalkeeper, he
That's very
isn't
important.
as that old. His value is just 1 million
Because he is old.
he is
Well,
36.
Yeah, but he will definitely bring experience. Like I remember him as a backup when he had to be in the Newcastle like goal last season. He did okay. Like he didn't do wonders, but you don't expect wonders from him. Like you expect him to save what needs to be saved. And that's what Burnley kind of missed with Trafford in the Premier League. He is a good goalkeeper. He is like big potential, probably like future England number one. But in reality, in Premier League, he let them down like a lot of times.
He might be England number one, but how much you need to be English number one in?
I mean, like you have dinosaur hands Pickford as their current number one.
Previously like who? Joe Hart, and then even
James and like a lot
Seaman.
A lot of weird goalkeepers, man, throughout the history. Robinson also.
Also that guy.
Flowers even like got there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of weird like names popped up.
I stopped at Seaman.
Yeah.
This was like my first times like watching some football.
Yeah, like he was their main goalkeeper in the, let's say, late 90s and even like early 2000s.
Yeah.
But I mean...
And we also need to mention that Josh Brownhill, one of the best players last season. He scored 18 goals and had the biggest like rating on SofaScore through the entire season, 7.6 something. Not great, but still he had the number one scores and all of the things, but now he is without the club.
Oh no! Anyway, last week...
Well, he was good for them in both seasons they played in the championship, like this last season and well, now 3 seasons ago, 2, however you want to count it.
Yeah.
But in the Premier League, he didn't show anything special, to be honest. Like, they got to Gachuku, who is more physical in that role, who's gonna be more like defensive-minded. I don't think they're gonna miss him that much, and in reality, even though he played a lot for them, I think he's gonna end up in some like again top tier championship club, because literally that's his level. Like he's a really good championship player, but he's just like missing the tools necessary to like transfer that stuff in the Premier League. And when I say tools, I mean like physicality. Like he lacks it on the Premier League level. So yeah, I think they're more gonna miss their center back. Like they lost like Egan. He went to Olympique Marseille, and yeah, he's gonna mean something, because I mean their defense was their like biggest strength. They also brought in Kyle Walker like from City after his loan spell, but we were joking also about like Kyle Walker, like how his legs left him, and yeah, it's not
again.
It's not 2021 Kyle Walker. It's like this Tesco version of him, like at the end of the
Costco version.
Yeah, like the end of the career. So I'm sure that he's gonna do fine for them, but he's not gonna move any rocks. Like,
and if he's not gonna break after like 3 or 4 matches,
you never know, like when it's this. But yeah, I mean, we will see. But out of all the teams that got promoted, I give Burnley least chances to stand up, just because where the fuck are goals gonna come from? And even though they might be sometimes hard to beat, even on Premier League level, like, okay, you have to even win sometimes.
Yeah, still not much, because like
where is the bar? Yeah.
Every time when you see these clubs like dropping, you see they had like 3 matches, 5 matches that they won for the entire season, which is long.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even if they will meet like, I don't know, Bournemouth, I don't know, like even Nottingham Forest is way better club right now. I mean,
yeah, when you just look at this, like the sheer like names and like the firepower that other teams have, it just doesn't compare. Like it doesn't even compare to Sunderland and to Leeds, and let alone like serious teams like that are like established Premier League teams. But
even though if you have this tactic for a new season that you're just spending. This kind of gives you this comfort that if someone is injured, you have like 2 or 3 guys even for his place. Maybe not as much talented as that good, but still.
I mean, in all reality, yes, and I can see that, but you still need like quality. And we did
spend this sometimes like 10 million more sometimes to have this
better player, just exactly. Like, because you can see this like from Wolverhampton last season, they ran a skeleton crew, but they literally had couple of like standout players. Like they had Cunha, they had Ait Nouri, who were awesome. And well, in the few minutes we're gonna talk also about them, because like we said, when we talk about teams that got promoted, if they are gonna stay up, someone has to go down. And even though I'm not 100% like confident about these things, like this is like my view before end of transfer.
So like we said, some words about Wolves, so let's just continue with this club, because last season was horrible, but not as horrible as Tottenham, because that was the only club below them that was still safe.
Yeah, and they somehow managed to save their season with winning Europa League. But I mean, Wolverhampton, well, 2 years ago I predicted that they're gonna go down, because they sold, like Pedro Neto, they sold a lot of good players. They didn't go down. Last season I was a bit wiser. I looked at their squad, I looked at who got promoted, I was like, nah, they still have Cunha, they still have like Ait Nouri, they still have some like really good players. No, they're gonna stay up, and they did, like pretty confidently at the end.
The bare minimum.
Yeah, when they changed the coach again, it's like Vitor Ferreira did like really good job. But this season I'm a bit more worried, because they again sold 2 of their best players. Like Ait Nouri went to City, and they sold Mateus Cunha to United. Yeah, I mean, that's a big loss, especially when you consider that, well, they didn't buy many players. So I really think that their fans are disappointed in how this transfer season is coming along. Like I said, they lost 2 of their best players and
got nothing in.
Yeah, nothing big in return, because they bought Wolves bought Wolf from Alkmaar, like he's a substitution for Ait Nouri, but
just because his surname fits.
Yeah, like okay, a Wolf going to Wolves, like makes freaking sense.
Kom Tansen.
Ich will nicht.
Kom Trinken.
Ich will nicht.
And he's a decent player, but again, like Tyler Malacia was also a decent player in their DVC, and like, do we remember this guy? Is this guy even alive? Does he exist?
We will see how much he exists.
Exactly.
In football era.
Yeah, but again, they brought in Rafa Mir from Sevilla, so he's decent player really, like nothing can go wrong there. But again,
shouldn't.
Yeah, and they took a punt on Jon Arias. And I was looking at this like Club World Cup, and I was like, 100% someone is gonna buy this guy. And now let's see. And someone did, and it was Wolverhampton. And I think, in all honesty, I thought some team who can afford to miss will buy him. Like Wolves can't afford to miss. Man, they're losing player after player after player after player.
Yeah.
And they are really not doing much to offset that
gaps.
Yeah.
On the like pitch.
So yeah.
And let's also assume that some injuries and cards, of course, will happen.
Yeah, because
later.
the season is long, especially in England, where you play like 73 cups, like in parallel with this.
Yeah, and
so,
at least they are not playing in any European Cup.
Yeah.
Later.
but they're probably like one of the most likely teams to go down. I see the other name that's all over, like let's say the prediction videos and everything is like Brentford, but when you look at it and you're like, yeah, this makes sense, because they again lost like few very important players. They sold Norgard to Arsenal, they sold Mbuemo to United, they're probably gonna sell also Visa. So that's like, with Visa and Mbuemo, it's like 80% of their goals gone. That is kind of worrying. But then you see again their squad and their depth. Like, man, they have like 3 or 4 really good center backs. They have good fullbacks. Now they brought in Kelleher from Liverpool to be the first choice goalkeeper. They still have like Kevin Schrader, who's like a really good winger. They have potential, like they've been wise with their scouting. Their midfield is looking good. They brought in Henderson, who might even want to revive his England career, and like he came back to Premier League. They have Janelt, they have Yarmolenchuk, who is coming along really good. They have a lot of like good players. And even if Igor works out for them, because that guy was injured in his last season, he's gonna make up for all these goals that will be missing. So in reality, the only thing I'm worried about Brentford is their coach, because they got a guy who didn't coach a single professional match in his life, not on the Premier League level, at any level. So I think if things start off rough, yeah, he's gonna get the sack.
This is like real life football manager story. When you just click new game and
and they're like, okay, I'm taking over this team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if push comes to shove and they start off weak, I think like his head is gonna go like instantly.
Fast.
Now I'm panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
I think like the only reason they took him as their main coach is because of continuity, and because they are a team who did everything really smart, and they're not changing coaches every like
half year.
Yeah, like they're not freaking Watford, like or like Nottingham Forest, or like some of these
or
like,
United.
Yeah, like so these clubs that have like insane owners that like switch, like they're very trigger happy with the coaches. So yeah, and another team that is mentioned here and there is like West Ham, but I don't see it. Like, how can a team who has like Lucas Paqueta and Ryan Bowen and all these like really good established Premier League players go down?
So maybe Tottenham eventually.
Like
they sold Son.
Or like United, like okay, let's
Also
continue
United,
dropping. I don't know, like I really don't see it. It might be someone really has a nightmare season out of those teams who literally did nothing in the transfer market, like Fulham. But in all honesty, like if someone is gonna go down,
Did they have to like Fulham?
I mean, in reality, with how fast football is moving, if you don't go front, you're going backwards. You're going backwards. Like stagnating is actually like moving back. So I wouldn't say I'm worried about them, because they have a good coach, they have enough depth, they have enough good players. But I mean,
things can turn out.
Yeah, things could turn ugly, as they turned ugly for Southampton like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not 2 years ago, but now 3 years ago, when they had really good team, but they went down like a sack of potatoes. And yeah. So yeah, guys, this was a attempt of a shorter video, but yeah, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Can any of these teams be saved? Who is your favorite to go down? And well, tell us your bold prediction for this season, like maybe a surprising title winner, maybe like surprising top scorer, biggest positive surprise, biggest negative surprise. And yeah, most of all, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys later.
See you next time.